Dylan Carew with, I'm going to argue, the best gear at the whole tournament. We were talking last night about how I was like, I'm a gearhead, so I already worked out a trade with you, but Big Game Wrestling Club, you guys have had a really good 2 days here. I got to call the semis and finals, had a bunch of your kids in there. Tell me about why this event is important for the development of the guys and girls you're coaching.
I think the big thing is like the atmosphere of the clubs and the coaches that are involved. Number one, it starts right there of guys trying to help each other, and even using a weekend like this to prepare for bigger things, like Vegas, and strategically setting these tournaments up for when that helps for them. And in years past, there's never really a lot to do before Vegas, so kids have to show up and try to make a world team. You know what I mean? And cold, essentially, or not with a ton of matches during the spring. And so when you put a bunch of good wrestling minds together and good leaders of clubs and decide, hey, when's the best time for us to do this so that we can make some adjustments and get ready for those big ones. And I think that's why it's probably the most important for us.
That's a great point, because we've been running around grabbing interviews. You're the first one to talk about the timing of this event and that it was strategically done this many weeks before Vegas, and then Akron and all the other, and Fargo and all the other stuff us wrestling geeks know about.
Yeah.
So, I talked to another coach. It's like, win or lose, we're going to go on the whiteboard on Monday and get better. And I assume that's the philosophy you guys are looking at here.
I mean, our message to our kids coming into this weekend is you haven't made weight, most of them since February. You haven't had a lot of matches since the Iowa High School State Tournament. Therefore, we need matches. We have our local matches at home and our tournaments, our Iowa Youth State together. But, a lot of those kids are the same kids who wrestle all the time. Come to this event, you look at Junior 132 yesterday, that back is loaded.
That way was awesome.
Yeah, there's plenty of those kids are going to be wrestling for world team spots in, a couple weeks or in a month, U20s or whatever it is. And now, you're talking about getting some of the best competition before Vegas. That's why it's so
Dean Anderson, JJ McComas is a semifinal. You guys are doing something right at the tournament.
That was really, that whole bracket was insane.
Right.
First round, our kid in that bracket, Cale Seaton, two-time state champion wrestling. J.C. another two-time state champion. That's a matchup in Iowa everybody wants to see, right? And at P&L, you're seeing that first round, round of 16 or whatever it was. I guess it was second round, really. But that was just crazy. So it was great.
You obviously are in charge of your club. How good do you feel about the decision to be a part of P&L?
Oh, it's great. I mean, for the first time that these guys approached me about it when we were in Vegas a couple years ago, we wanted in right then. I thought that, the direction that they were talking about things going was great. And then when we went to our first P&L event, just the complete vibe, again, coaches getting along, and it doesn't feel like you're against each other when you're at a P&L event. It feels like everybody's here to, to get better, but at the same time help each other do that, and that's important.
Well, it's literally written into the mission statement of the event and of the league, and because I did a read for it Friday on my podcast, and I was like, man, they literally said we want a non-hostile environment and people to cooperate. So I appreciate your time. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.